Dan Coia of Margate and talk a little bit about the ACBL and exactly where that stands and what's going to be happening here the next week or so. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning, Sully. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going, man?
All right, thanks for having me on.
No problem. So where's the series stand right now?
Right now we're down 2-1 going into Monday night at Hamilton.
Just where you want to be, right?
Yeah, not exactly how we drew it up, but we're scuffling.
Yeah, it's always a battle with Hamilton, especially last year. You guys did that series go down to the final game?
It did. As per Yogi Hiltner, ACBL historian, it was the first time in the league's history that the championship series went 5 games.
Really?
So we're hoping for a repeat of that.
There you go. Well, Margate has always really been the class of this league and the team that everybody's trying to knock off. And you guys came out with the win over Hamilton, a real close game last year in Game 5. 1-1 on a walk-off single. Does it feel? I guess it kind of feels weird to have this kind of competition year after year, but it's got to feel good to know that a team like Hamilton is really nipping at your heels.
It absolutely does, and a lot of credit to Hamilton. I mean, they're smelling blood. They want to knock us off just as much as we want to maintain the spot at the top of the league. But it's good. It really brings a lot to the league that there's good competition, and you're going out for a battle every game with them. They're throwing great pitchers at us. They're throwing great. They have great defense. Their offense is greatly improved. You got to come ready to play. They're definitely not going to roll over and say, hey, here's the championship, Margate. So it's definitely good.
Oh yeah, they're going after it. I mean, they really want to knock you guys off, and it's got to be cool. I mean, you kind of know all these guys. A lot of them are high school coaches, assistant coaches. You have guys in college who you've seen in high school, and some of the best high school all-stars are out there. Where's the state of the Atlantic County Baseball League, and how do you think it'll improve going forward?
Well, I think that it's good that the young guys are there, that you're getting the high school element in with the coaches and the players. As you know, Steve Normain, plays for us.
Mm-hmm.
Won a state championship with Holy Spirit this year. He's in the league, bringing some of our guys in. There's other high school coaches, bringing their guys into the league. As far as the college players, that's the kind of shift that's taken place in the ACBL. I started in this league when I was 16, which is a long time ago. But there wasn't as many college leagues. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the college guys, you got done college, you came and played in the ACBL.
Right. Unless
you were going to Cape Cod or Alaska League or, one of a handful of leagues. Well, now there's so many. We don't get as many college players, the freshmen, the sophomores in college that
mm-hmm.
are coming back to play. I'd like to see that, kind of come back a little bit and get those players back in the league. But as it stands, it's very competitive as it is. I'm the old man in the league. That's not the norm. That's not the norm. There's a lot of young guys, so it's tough keeping up with them. But there's a lot of competitive teams in the league. Even though Margate and Hamilton have been at the top over the past couple of years, it's getting closer, the other teams. So and that's just great for the league all around.
Oh, without a doubt. We're talking with Dan Coia of the Margate Hurricanes from the Atlantic County Baseball League. Dan, when you talk about this league, I don't think a lot of people realize the quality of baseball in this league. Sometimes you look at last year's championship game, the final game there, and the Cox kid from Millville, just throwing absolute BBs, throwing in the low 90s. Here's a kid who ends up getting drafted this year. For the people who don't know, tell us about the quality of this league and some of the pitching you run into. For a guy like yourself who's been out of the position where you're playing high school and college and coming into the season with 45, 50 games under your belt, it's got to be tough facing guys like this who are throwing in the high 80s, low 90s.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't have said it any better myself. Monday night, Billy Jackson, he'll be throwing 100, literally 100, I think.
And he's a little guy, too. He's only like 5'9", right?
Yeah, but that guy's tough as nails. Let me tell you something.
Former Buna star.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Little known fact: I also graduated from Buna, so they, they're putting out some quality ACBL players. No, just kidding. He's he's unbelievable. Jason Downey for our team, Jared Lenko, Brad Mountain, who we're going to face hopefully in game 5. These guys are unbelievable. I mean, for me, facing these guys, it's like a blur coming at me. Some of the other younger guys on our team, it's a little better, but the quality is just it seems like every team's got a couple of guys that just come right at you. Like you said about Aaron Cox. I mean, unbelievable. I mean, that kid was unbelievable. Threw a perfect game last year. My thumb still hurts from catching him. A year later.
Yep.
But the quality of pitching, the quality of players is, if you haven't come out and seen an ACBL game, you'll be very surprised at the quality of play. Just all around, offensively, defensively, and pitching. It's something else.
Yeah, you're talking about a guy throwing in the low 90s. When I was in college, I faced a guy from UNC Charlotte throwing about 92, 93 in that range, 94 sometimes. And I hadn't hit in about 2 weeks, come off the bench. It's March. It's cold. It's kind of, that sideways mist. Coach calls me on in the 8th inning to pinch hit, and, man, that first pitch, I tried to look cool taking it, but I was like, man, I didn't even see that pitch. I said the next pitch, if I see anything white, I'm swinging. So.
Yeah. And where'd you play?
A school called Pfeiffer in North Carolina.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But that's a whole different level when you're facing 92, 93.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, yeah, we're gonna be ready for it on Monday night. I don't know exactly what Jackson runs it up to, but like I said, it feels like 100 to me.
Yeah, definitely. Monday night, where's the game at? What time?
Hamilton Lake Park, 7:00.
Okay.
And first pitch 7:00.
If it does go to a game 5, will that be in Margate?
Coming back to Margate, Hurricane Grill will be in effect. Be a lot of people. And it'll be a great atmosphere. So we're hoping we get there.
And that would be Tuesday night, right?
That would be Tuesday night, 7:00, same start, Jerome Avenue Field in Margate, and it'll be a great atmosphere. Last year's Game 5 it rivaled some college atmosphere.
Yeah, definitely. That was kind of my first experience with the championship series. I went out to see that championship game, and I was impressed. I mean, there was all the way up and down each foul line fans, and like you said, you had the grill going, and it was just a really good local baseball atmosphere.
Outstanding. And we have the best burger guy, probably in the county, if not South Jersey, Joe Farrell, man in the Hurricane Grill. So I mean, it's definitely come out if you're looking for some good quality baseball and a great atmosphere.
That's high praise. If you guys do make it to a Game 5, I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm gonna test out those burgers.
Oh, let me tell you, you will not be disappointed.
And also, you helped out a little bit at Holy Spirit this year. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. I did.
What was that like for you and that whole coaching staff? I know Steve was just absolutely thrilled to win that state championship in only his second year. He's been trying to build a championship team there. He comes from Rutgers, where they're used to playing great baseball, and that had been such a thrill for the coaching staff. I know Downey's on your staff, and what was that like, just going through that experience?
It was unbelievable. Little credit can be given to me because I wasn't around as much as the other guys, Normaine, Downey, Bob Soifer, Mike McInerney. I mean, these guys, if you followed us early in the year, you know what the season was looking like. And to get that team, on the same page to eventually win the state championship was something I've never seen before, never experienced. I have coaching experience, and that was just something else. It was an absolute thrill to be a part of. It was probably the most fun I've ever had in a month or so span from when we turned it on and just started rolling through and rolled through the playoffs. But all the credit goes to Steve kind of staying with it and really getting everybody on the same page and kind of tweaking the lineup and who's playing where, to eventually everything kind of gelled and everybody stayed together, because it wasn't an easy road in the beginning. It was not an easy road.
Yeah, you guys were 1-7 at one point.
Yeah, I mean, it was looking pretty grim, and then to make that 180 was just something unbelievable. I mean, he comes from a great program. Played high level, played for one of the best coaches, in the country, Fred Hill.
Right.
So just kind of, and it was actually a good learning experience for me, to see how the season was handled, and to make that 180 was just something special. The guys, can't give them enough credit. Spicer, I don't know if I know you followed them.
Sure, yeah.
Did this year. It was
Please,
just,
they lived in Glory Days magazine for about a month.
Yeah, I know. We got him back next year. Him and Crow.
Yeah, sure.
We're really looking forward to the next chapter.
We're talking with Dan Coia here, who's plays for Margate in the ACBL. They're in the championship series against Hamilton. Also helped out with Holy Spirit a little bit this year as they won the state championship. Dan, before we let you go, I just want to get your take on the state of South Jersey baseball. I've been talking about this a lot, online and in Glory Days magazine, about how good the baseball is down here. When you talk about the kids that are playing in college, the high school, the Cal, just producing 2 state champions the last 2 years in Mainland and Holy Spirit. You got the Atlantic Shore 14-year-olds are out in Arkansas right now for the World Series for the Babe Ruth League. It's got to be great to be a baseball fan in this area at this time. It's sort of I've been kind of dubbing it the new golden age of baseball in South Jersey.
Yes, absolutely. And first, before I get into that, thanks for what you do with Glory Days magazine. I think that's something really special, and I think that's something that needed to be done for a long time, and you kind of took and ran with it, and the exposure you're giving the local talent is outstanding, and I know you put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into that.
I appreciate that.
Thanks you for that. As far as the state of South Jersey baseball, I can't believe how good it is. Just coaching this year and seeing some of the arms that were thrown at us. Just unbelievable. I mean, it seemed like every team in the Cal had a guy throwing upper 80s, 90.
Yeah.
I played in the Cal, and it wasn't like that when I played.
Yeah, I mean, you got Ardente going to Seton Hall. You got Gerace just committed to Rutgers. I mean, these are high level programs these guys are getting into.
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. And then take it back a couple of years. Like you said, you got Aaron Cox just got drafted. You got Eddie Charlton, who just got drafted. I mean, these are guys that came right from here, right from the Cape Atlantic League, right from South Jersey, and are as good as anybody else in the country. I mean, you can't argue with the fact that South Jersey high school baseball has really, really taken off. And a lot of credit too is the travel teams and that are getting out there and developing the players, and guys are playing more and those types of things, but. It really seems like it's taken a step up. It definitely wasn't like this when I played.
Definitely. We're up against the break, Dan. I appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your morning to talk a little baseball with us, and good luck on Monday night.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, no problem. That was Dan Coia from the Margate Hurricanes of the ACBL. Also does some coaching with Holy Spirit High School.